Hi there, Dory Sukup here. This week has been a very interesting week for me. It seems like every private coaching call I did brought up this question. So I thought I'll make it the question of the week and share with you some valuable answers. So here's the question. I'm always asked, who should receive the commission if the client comes back to purchase a retail product? Should it go to the person that had the treatment with them, or should it be going to the house, or should it be just going to the receptionist, whoever rings it up? So this is a loaded question, obviously, but seriously, here's the fact. The fact is your therapist, whether it's the esthetician, the massage therapist, nurse practitioner, laser tech, it does not matter. It's their obligation to make a recommendation at the time of the treatment. As a matter of fact, if you've implemented the information from the Don't Sell Recommend, you would know that there's a guest recipe form that the person has to fill out, and that guest recipe form goes to the reception or the guest relations department, and they're supposed to process the sale, and of course they would earn the commission. But if the client leaves without buying, and then a few weeks later or whenever they come back to purchase that product, this does not mean that the commission should go to the person that recommended. Because in sales in general, whoever makes the sale and collects the money is the person who earns actually the commission. So since the team member did not get the money, they don't deserve that actual commission. So I had one client call me and say, who owns the client? Who owns the client? Are you kidding me? The client is the spa's clients or the med spa client. It's not any particular team member in your organization's client. It's your business. It's the client of the business. So here's an analogy I use with people. So suppose you go to Lancome or Estee Lauder or any of those department store counters and you buy a lipstick or an eyeliner or whatever. And then you go back a month later and you buy another one. So whoever waits on you that day is whoever gets the commission. They don't go back and say, oh, so-and-so actually sold the same client last month, so let's give them the commission the last time they waited on them. That does not happen. It's whoever makes the sale and collects the money. That's the key factor. Collects the money is the person that should earn the commission. So I hope we put this to rest once and for all. But here's the thing, you guys. The whole process of making recommendations, whether it's a Medi-Spa or a day spa, needs some help. And if you have not really implemented the Pride system and make sure that the team knows how to make recommendations, then you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Actually, if somebody comes back, not only is it bad, it looks terrible on the person that did not sell them, and you might want to sit down and do a coaching session with them because they're leaving a lot of money on the table. So to avoid that, you need to teach your team on how to make sure they know who is coming in that day, how long ago they bought the last products or what they bought in the past, so they can make recommendations that will make sense. That way they're not having to come back at a later date to buy something. So they are dropping the ball and they are leaving money on the table. So it's time for coaching. So I hope that I've answered that question for you. And the commission should really go to the house. It's a house commission and not to that individual person that failed to close the sale. So make sure that you do things like this in your place, or else you're gonna cost yourself a lot of money. Train the team, get them going, implement the Pride system, and you will see your retail sales absolutely soar. Until next time, stay inspired.